Ink Master is back with an all-new host.
Welcome to the Ink Master shop. I've been sitting at home judging this competition for 13 seasons. I think I'm a little bit more nervous now.
Legendary fan favorite artists return for another chance at the title.
You guys ready to meet the new judges? Ryan Ashley, Ami James, and Nico Hurtado.
Oh my God.
This competition is a mental, physical, and emotional battle, but the higher the risk, the higher the reward.
Stop with the purple. There's too much purple.
You want to knock me out? Come fight me. Come fight me, bro.
Ooh.
You knocked this tattoo out of the park.
It feels like a new style. This is the strongest group of artists this competition has ever seen.
But that is not all.
As the master of chaos, Dave will be stopping by throughout the competition to keep you on your toes. It's time to earn the return. Ink Master, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
That woman was killed. Somebody set me up. I lost 15 years of my life.
Let's start from the beginning. You make women feel like they're the eighth wonder of the world.
I'm not the same guy that I used to be. But I need to go back to work. Why not?
People who set you up, they're not going away.
Find out who did this.
It's The Last Stand. And here is your host, Brian Custer.
That's right. It is The Last Stand. We bring you the biggest names in the sport, and we got a big one. Because joining me today is the former WBC heavyweight champion of the world. He's known as the Bronze Bomber. Deontay Wilder is back with us on The Last Stand. It's been a while, champ. How you doing?
Yeah, it's been a minute, but I'm doing well. How about yourself?
It's great. It's great to see you. It's great to hear from you. And it's been well over a year since we've seen Deontay Wilder in the ring. Give me the primary reason that Deontay Wilder said, I'm coming back to the sport.
Many times I sat back and thought, will I go back to the ring or not? Will I go? And, many times before, I used to think about, when you're gonna be done, is this it? And is this it? And sometimes you'll sit back, week go by, 2 weeks go by, you'll get that urge to want to go back to the gym, want to go back and hit something, want to be around the sweat, the smell of the gym, and all that's just the whole atmosphere of it. This time around, it was different. I didn't feel that urge. I didn't feel that sense of wanting to hit, go in the gym and smell the atmosphere of the sweat and the conversations of boxing and, all those different things. I didn't feel it. And for months, I didn't feel that urge. And, I didn't really know if I was going to return because, it says when you're a successful Black man as myself and what I've done, not only on the inside, but outside of the ring, it's hard to just like, do you go back? Especially when you don't need the business anymore. Do you go back? Because most fighters that's in this business, they're only in it because we come out of poverty. We want to be able to get ourselves out of a bad situation to support our family first and foremost. And when you achieve so much and have done that, and you're straight, it's like, why you go back? You don't see nobody with a silver spoon or have it come into boxing. Mm-hmm. It's always the opposite. It's always going to be the opposite, unless you're going to do some exhibitions. Now, you take your own opinion on that as you may. But for as the business, you ain't just getting in the business when you already got it out here. That's why most of them consist of guys that's been locked up or in rural areas, dope dealers, drug, murderers. Anything you have in prisons, you're going to find in the business because that make great work. But Brian, to make a long story short, what really got me back to this point of like, damn, the world really needs me. I really motivates people. Although I've already known it, but even more so, it just, when I got my statue, man. When I got that statue and they said all my accomplishments in stone, you're looking at a walking, living legend. No matter what, my supporters or my haters, when it's all said, when all talk dies, that statue stay risen. You feel me? That statue stay there forever until God come and take it away or some type of disaster happens. But other than that, that right there, they put me in a very short bus of people when they gave me that statue, bro. And to see so many people come, men and women, you know, to see, you know, men break down, you know, to show their vulnerable side, because I love that. I love when we can shut down and break down and show our vulnerable side where it's sharing tears. Because tears is only cleansing. It don't mean no indication of you weak or, you know, because, you know, especially as Black men, we are taught to have tough love. And certain things that you do, it won't fly. Crying or saying, I love you, you know what I'm saying? Apologize, all that shit, you know what I mean? The teaching has been taught wrong for generations. And I love seeing certain men come together. Even me, I cried a good movie. Test me. You know what I'm saying? To show the vulnerability. It is nothing, it's just a cleansing. It's nothing to say that you're weak or whatever. Nothing, none of that. Because that don't you know, indicate that you're a weak man because you cry at someone, you say you love someone, or even saying another man, I love you, man, and giving them a hug so tight, like I ain't gonna even see you no more. But you're gonna remember this, because in life, the saying is, I may not remember your name, but I'll never forget how you made me feel.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a really
you know
good.
What I'm saying?
Absolutely, that's a great point. And when you were at that statue unveiling for yourself there in your hometown of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, at that point, before they unveiled it, did you consider like, yo, I'm done with boxing? I'm done.
Brian, I was leaning towards that way because I couldn't find that motivation. I couldn't find nothing in my heart that, why am I going back fighting? I've accomplished what I've wanted, especially those things that was in my powers of doing. You know, my children are set for life. I always tell my children as I gather them around the table, as I prepare a plate before them, you know, as far as me cooking for them. And I always go over different things with my children, you know, about what's going on in their life, what's going on in the world, and what are their opinions? What do they think about certain subjects and certain things and stuff like that? And we always discuss, you know, about my career as well, you know, and those are the things that I discussed. But I had nothing to the statue, you know. Many times I sat back and thought, like, man, I tell my children, you got a father that think about your not only your present, but I think about your future as well. So I've already, many years, I've always had wheels, and I'm just reviving them as I get higher and climb. The wheel goes get a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? For my children, and as a Black man, I'm very proud to be able to stand and say I got so many things set up. You know, I don't have to come back to the business anymore. And my kids are straight while I'm alive and while I'm dead.
That's
you
great.
know what I'm saying?
That's fantastic.
Oh man, it's an amazing feeling, because most fighters, 98% for me, don't have it after it's over with. You still see managers and promoters still going on, carrying on. They could be 100 years old, but they're multi-millionaires. Almost down near billionaires. But you will look at the fighter over here and like, yeah, that man used to be good. Using all his accomplishments and all this, but he can barely talk. He can barely dress himself. Ain't got nothing going on. Financial situation in the garbage. How is that? But the people that promoted him and managed him, they looking real good in Rolls Royces, in nice mansions, getting invited to see the, you know what I mean? That's backwards to me. It's a backwards, it don't supposed to be like that. Most of these fighters, they are supposed to be on the opposite side where the fighters, because they are the product. And without the product, what are you selling? Man, come on, man.
Yes, it's good. That's a good point.
You don't need a mathematician to figure this shit out, man. And a lot of these fighters, that's why they prey on the dumbfounded, the unintelligence of these guys that's coming in rural situations and being in a rock and a hard spot. Because if I have a situation going on to feed my family and you got what I need, then it's all in your favor. It's supply and demand. I got what you want, and this is what I'm demanding. So what you gonna do? You gonna sign this bogus ass contract just to feed your family. And sometimes you just got to think even smarter than that. You got to say, you know, this too shall pass. I got God on my side. This is wrong. I can't do this, although my family need to eat. But hey, we survived this long. We can survive a little bit longer. You know what I mean? And you had to go with that and make, this is all to my fighters that's out here that don't, you know, to get in a rock at a hard spot position. And what I'm gonna do, don't be hesitant to automatically go to the money because you feel like you need it at this time. Look, how long have you survived before getting to this point? Continue to do what you do. Work hard. Like I always say, we always have greatness. We all have greatness in us. But greatness is only determined by service. And continue to apply that service to this life and to this world. And you shall manifest what you speak and what you say, it shall come to pass. I'm living witness. I'm living with everything I have, everything I said I would have, I have gotten it. That was in the powers of me getting it, you know, without no other tactics or anybody else coming against me. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't got to go further with that. But everything, because what we speak, what we think, what we say, what, you know, things that we feel, it manifests, Brian. It comes, there's a lot of things happen to us in a bad way. Sometimes negativity come up on us because of we already have said it to come to pass. It's something we have done, that said and thought that it came to us. It ain't always necessarily somebody else because we'll always point the finger and the blame at somebody else without pointing it at ourselves. Always. But, you know, many things have gotten me back to this point, especially with discussing it with my kids. You know, when I asked them about it, they was excited. They was so, yeah, daddy. Why? Because I like it. I don't just want the reaction. I want to know what's the meaning behind it, because I feel like it's a reasoning for all things that we do. I don't like when people go, I don't know, I just did it because I did. That's one of the most things that upset me the most. You did something just because I just did it. Like you spoke. But you know, I asked my kids and all that, you know, everybody, you know, they were so excited, they were so happy. I was like, you know, well, I'm gonna apologize because daddy's gonna come back and his attention is gonna be asked for. My time is gonna be asked for. Well, I'm not gonna spend as much time on spending with you guys now. We've been having a blast. I mean, flying here and there, you know what I mean? Just, yeah, in the privacy of our own company. And you know what I mean? We got a beautiful life, man. And I wake up all the time, Brian, looking around, man, because I understand my good days outweigh my bad. So I don't complain about nothing. Although the world may say, oh, Wilder's this, he's the breast, he's this. Who says who? Who said that? Wilder's do. Because most of the time, media and stuff, they want to be first instead of being correct. Ain't nobody interested in being correct. They just want to be first to get those likes and clicks. You know what I mean? And it shouldn't be like that. And that's why I don't have time for certain people.
Yeah.
Especially at this point in time in my life. I don't care to talk to certain people because I already know how you ain't in the interest of me. You're in the interest of selling your brand and yourself or whatever. You rather be first than being correct. And I don't want no involvements in that. So don't call my phone. Don't call my people. You don't like me, I don't like you. That don't mean we have to be enemies. We don't have to, if I see you, you see me, don't mean we have to, hey, put on, you know, get ready. You know what I'm saying? That just means you stay over there, I'll stay over here. We come together, we see each other, hey, we can speak, hey, how you doing? Shake your hand, boom. That don't mean, yeah, hey, that just mean, hey, I acknowledge you, you acknowledge me. You can go about your way of peace, I can go about my way of peace, and we can still coexist. You understand? That's what it's all about, and that's what I teach so many people, because a lot of people get around, they get the perspective of me in the ring, and they think that's how I am promoting it, you know, because I speak the truth, especially in this business, man. This is not no lovey-dovey business. This is not no give me a hug, give me a kiss. Oh, this is a business of punching another person in the face, harming them, bringing harmony. This is modern day gladiator business, and that's just what it is. It's the cold facts of it, and the cold facts of it. You love it, I love it, and everybody else that want to see a good fight loves it. Because it really ain't about records and names either. Because you can go in a restaurant and say, man, somebody's scrapping, they're fighting. Everybody running out their hole. Because they don't care who fighting. It ain't no records. They just want to see a good fight. And that's what it's all about. And that's what it should be all about. This is a gladiator sport that we're in. And I understand fully. That's why I speak the way I speak, because I speak my mind. I ain't here to I'm not a go around the bush person. I'm a straightforward, give me what it is. I don't even like surprises. Don't tell, you can tell a movie can have just came out. You can tell me everything you know about that movie, because I'm gonna get a different perspective when I watch it, because my mind is so big a spaceship can fit in. I'm not narrow-minded. Like, damn, you done told me a movie, man. Because when I see it, I'm gonna see your way, but I'm gonna see my own way, because my mind, my imagination is so big. What I comprehend and what you comprehend could be two different things. You understand what I'm saying? So that don't bother me. I don't like surprise. I want to know what the hell's going on. You know what I'm saying? What you see, because what I see can be different from what you see, or we can see the same thing, but we can all with two minds is better than one, and we can work together. And the next time we see it, the third time, like, oh shit, we didn't call. Look, every time even with old movies, you go back and see old movies, you still catch things like, dang, I ain't pay attention to that. I ain't pay attention. Sometimes you'll pay attention to the background sometimes, with the extras and stuff like that. And you'll probably know somebody you ain't seen before, because you're looking at the main picture, the main focus. You may see something, you know what I'm saying, man. We getting all off the subject.
I got you. But here's the one thing. Sometimes when athletes, when they've talked about possibly leaving the sport and then they come back, there's a question is, are they all the way in? And I guess that's the question to Deontay. Are you all the way in? Because you've thought about leaving, now you're back. Are you all the way in?
I'm all the way in. I mean, if I'm going to be in something, I'm going to be in it. I'm not going to go halfway. And I don't have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. That's for sure. That was during the period of time of me thinking, should I come? I was looking for a feeling. I operate off of energy and feel. My vibration had to be right. Everything has to be in the same accordance of each other. You know what I mean? For me to feel the same. I wouldn't even go to a certain place in a certain establishment. I wouldn't even shake your hand if I don't feel a certain way. I don't care who you are. You know what I mean? And that's just me. I live my life to be happy and at peace. That's wealth. Financially, all that stuff, having money and stuff like all that's good, but that don't buy happiness and peace. You understand? And if it can buy it, it's only temporary. I want some permanent stuff, bro. And in my life, I've always been happy and at peace. That's why certain things have happened and people don't understand what's going on. What's he going? What is he doing? Why he depressed? Now, how can you be all those things when you happy and at peace? And everybody around you the same way? Of course, things gonna happen in life. You're gonna feel certain type of ways. You're still gonna have emotions to certain things, because you're still human at the end of the day. But the overall picture, when you have your happiness and peace in your life, man, that's wealth. That generation wealth, that's fucking, you a billionaire wealth. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing can knock you off your game. Even, you know what I'm saying? You always smiling, you always happy, and that's the energy you bring. Even in your household, your children happy, everybody happy. They teach you things. You know what I'm saying? My 4-year-old taught me bird can piss and poop at the same time. I ain't know that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning. I learned, you know what I'm saying? Life is beautiful, especially when you look around and see what you've created and what is going down. How can you complain when you know so many people would love to be in their position, even the ones that love you or hate you? They would love to be in your position at this time. And you just got to tell my kids all to be grateful, be thankful for what you are. Be thankful for what you have. You don't have to work as hard. I know a lot of children down here would love to be in your position. I used to visit some of the orphanages and boys and girls homes, and man, and I know many people that have come from orphanages and been in 37 different families and gotten treated bad from all 30, because people ain't gonna love you like your own. Some people just do it for the check. And the stories that I've heard from many kids going to homes and being mistreated like they are an animal or something like that is sickening, because I love children, man. And I don't even, like, I love how we'll jump all kinds of areas, but we get back to the main source of it. And the main source of it, man, I'm fully devoted, wholeheartedly into it. I mean, I've already done 407 rounds in my first camp. And that's in 15 days with Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays running. So I'm very well in head of time. and I'm looking to do either another 4 or maybe 5 more 100 rounds. You understand what I'm saying? Because I love the feeling of being on the edge of death. You know what I mean? That feeling is like an addiction feeling, like you could train so hard you feel like you're about to die. But it's just something about when you tap into it and it just take over your body, that feeling, you want to feel that feeling every time, or you don't feel like you've done nothing that day.
Wow.
It's an amazing feeling, man. It's like a craving. Like if I ain't training, like if y'all ain't pushing me to the point I feel like I'm about to die, then I can't explain it, bro. I can't explain it. So this is what we own. This is what 30, 40 rounds we're doing and stuff and running that night and different things. And I'm damn. It just feels good to be back, to be in shape, and to be devoted to it. And to see so many people come for the statue, I just let me know all over the world, Brian, all over the world. They came to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. You know what I mean? Everybody need a place to go to, a reasoning to go to a certain place. And because everybody just ain't coming to Alabama. You know what I mean? You got to have a reason for it. I can tell you all day long, it's a nice place. It's very relaxed, laid back. It's I love being there. Although I have places all over the world, I love, at the end of the day, I'm going back home to home, sweet home, baby. Okay, ALABAM. Hey, that's where I stay. You know what I mean?
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Brian Custer. I want to talk to you about our partner, Athletic Greens. I started taking Athletic Greens because I wanted more energy, and I got to tell you, I absolutely love it. Athletic Greens doesn't taste super healthy. It's kind of mild, has that tropical taste, but I actually look forward to having it every single morning. So what is this stuff? Well, 1 scoop of delicious Athletic Greens, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole foods, superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help start your day right. And it contains less than 1 gram of sugar, no GMOs, no nasty chemicals, or artificial anything, while still tasting good. And listen, it helps support better sleep quality for you, recovery, and it supports mental clarity and alertness is what I love about it. AG1 is a small micro habit with big benefits. And it's one thing you can do every single day to take care of yourself. And it's lifestyle friendly. So whether you're keto, vegan, paleo, dairy-free, or gluten-free, Athletic Greens is for you. And it costs you less than $3 a day. So you're investing really in your health. And it's cheaper than that cold brew habit that you may have. So additionally, for every purchase, Athletic Greens is going to donate to organizations help to get nutritious foods to kids all across the country who are in need, including No Kid Hungry, which is right here in the U.S. By the way, 2 years ago in 2020, Athletic Greens donated over $1.2 million to meals to kids. Now, it is the time to reclaim your health, folks. And all you got to do is arm your immune system with a convenient daily nutritional supplement. And listen, once we get into that cold flu season, this is something that you need, because just 1 scoop of water every day with Athletic Greens, and there's no need for the million of different pills or supplements to look out for your health. All you're going to need is Athletic Greens. And to make it easy, Athletic Greens wants to give you free a 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. And all you got to do is visit athleticgreens.com/laststand. Again, athleticgreens.com/laststand. Athletic Greens. Take ownership of your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
It's good to have you back in the sport, have you back in the heavyweight division. You could have fought a number of guys. Why Robert Helenius?
We had Robert because he's on the winning streak for one, and this is for the title eliminator. He's earned his right to be in this position. So this is not like we just got a guy just to get a guy. He's in a nice position. He's at the top of the podium, and well as I. So he's at the top fighting for eliminator on a winning streak. And he's a tough guy. One thing about Robert, he's been my sparring partner for a long time. So we know each other very well. That's what's gonna make it even better, a greater fight, because we know each other. It ain't like I can trick him or something, which I'm gonna have to go in the gym now and come up with other tricks and stuff that he's never seen. You know what I mean? But he knows me. But one thing I love about Robert is that he have that warrior heart, that warrior mentality, that I'll die for this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? I love another warrior like that, because that's every bit of Deontay Wilder. We all put our life on the line when we step over the ropes. That's just hard, cold facts. And I'm tired of people trying to cover it up and stuff. Every time I go in there, especially because boxing is an emotional business, man. You get somebody in there that you love, or you just have a little care about, you're gonna be nervous out there for them. And that's what the emotion it brings to you, nervousness, because it's not. If it was a sport, if it was so safe, we wouldn't be nervous. The only thing we'll be nervous about winning, losing, and stuff like that. But this point in time, winning and losing with us consists of us getting hurt. Mm-hmm. So then they be like, oh, I don't want them to get hurt. That's why you have so many women up there closing their eyes. You ain't closing your eyes at no sport event. You want to watch every second, every minute of it. But in this business right here, oh my God, crying and all that, you ain't never, it's emotion, because it's the hurt business. It's a gladiator sport. I mean, a gladiator business. Got me saying sport and stuff. It's a gladiator business. Mm-hmm. And with Robert, he understands it. And this is going to be a hell of a fight. You know what I mean? This is going to be a hell of a fight. Robert, he taller than I. Arm span is probably just as long as or longer. And I just love the warrior mentality that he has. This is going to be an amazing fight. I am not taking him lightly at all. He has me, thinking about different things of what I'm going to do, because I know Robert. He knows me. I know this is not going to be an easy fight. You know what I mean? And I'm not taking it that way. So with that being said, this is what make a great fight. And I'm not just saying to promote it. And people should know me by now. I don't just talk just to be talking. I don't say things just to say things because it sounds good, or I want to sound good, or I want to clown or whatever. No, I'm not no clown. I'm a very intelligent king doing intelligent things. And when I speak the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Because at the end of the day, the truth shall set you free. Now, a lie, you have to keep up that lie. You have to keep entertaining that lie. And that's a job that I ain't getting paid to do. You understand what I'm saying? Now, the truth, I can get to you all day long. I might even drop a little gems for you, just in case you can get yourself on your way. If you don't understand, if your path is not clear, I can give you confirmation of clarity, so your path can be clear. And you can walk with Jesus, because he said he'll never leave your side.
I love it. I love it. So, you're coming off this trilogy you had with Fury, and you want to talk about a hell of a fight, especially that last fight. When you look back on it, is there anything that you would have done differently?
No, not at all. Not at all. Nothing I would have done different at all, man. And because I know a lot of certain things, it wasn't my power. You know what I mean? And I still fought. Many times I could have backed out of things. Many times I felt a certain way that I could have no, not go on and do it, no matter what. I've already spoken about my sister. Like I said, I speak the truth on everything I speak, no matter how people whatever they may say, and whatever they may do. But I speak the truth on all I say. But why did he didn't go to the authorities? Let me tell you why I didn't go through the authorities. Why the fuck would I go through the authorities when I got an opportunity to whoop some ass and get paid millions of dollars to do it? Now going to the authority to get somebody locked up, and that's it. Stupid. But anyway, I wouldn't change nothing at all. It made me who I am. Man, I even after the fact of that and coming down, man, I think a lot of things about me, especially the opinions of how people think of me, have risen. It's been crazy. The love that I've been getting everywhere I go in the world, bro. Everywhere I go, it's just king status all the way through. Because people know who I am, they know what I stand for, and they know what I represent. And if they didn't know, they know now wholeheartedly. and I get treated like royalty everywhere I go. You know what I mean? Everywhere I go, and it's just a blessing to be in the world. You know, man, it's just a blessing, bro. Like that's all I can say.
Yeah, and
You know
listen, there's a number of people who either loved you, or even the people who maybe didn't like you after that fight. They were like, "Whoa, Deontay Wilder, when he says he's a warrior, that man's a warrior," because that was probably one of the greatest heavyweight fights that has ever happened. And listen, I give credit to both of you guys because that was one hell of a fight. Now in this second reign, how different of a fighter will Deontay Wilder be?
That's what we'll have to find out and see. You know what I mean? This Deontay Wilder, I'm the happiest in my life that I ever been. You know what I'm saying? And I know I got a lot of more living to do. And I know there's even more, you know, happiness that awaits for me because of how my mind is structured, how I understand things more than the average person. It's a lot of things then in life that we need to get along, that we need to get knowledge of to give us advances in life, to have us look at life differently, because the way life is structured is all backwards. The things we say, the things we do, the things we think of is more trends followers than trendsetters in this lifetime. And it always will be unless we construct our mind to think another way. I always tell my children, what is unique about you? What differentiate you from different other people, other human beings? You know what I mean? Have your own mindset. You know what I'm saying? Believe, you know, have strong belief in what you believe in, and don't let nobody detour you from that belief, because some people will try to detour you from what your thought or your belief is. Because if you don't believe in something, you'll fall for anything. So with this reign, this time, it's just a happy person, and I'm coming. I mean business at all times. I mean, people know when I step in that ring, it's gonna be a fight. My last name Wilder, baby. So it's gonna get wilder up in there like a zoo. I'm always gonna come with that, and that's what brings the excitement about me to the business of boxing. That's why this business need me. You know what I mean? And I'm back. So I'm giving 110%, just like I done before. I'll come back with the same mentality when I step in the ring. But outside of the ring is back to me. You know what I mean? And I think people have learned over the years of Deontay Wilder, you know, and you know, that's what I want everybody to understand. Like when it's time for business, I'm every bit of business. When it's outside of recreational or any other thing, you know, I'm who I am. This is how you get me. Ain't no fake, ain't nothing. Just me. So I can't wait. It's gonna be a great reign. I'm looking forward to doing many things in the ring. I only have 3 years, Brian, since people want to, you know, since every time, you know, I go MIA, you know, for a reason outside of boxing and stuff. I don't care about certain things. I don't really be on social media a lot. I don't care about a lot of the things that the world is care of. I mean, so a lot of people live in the world and not other world, you know what I mean? And I don't care about a lot of things. And you know, but taking care of my family and providing and being there for my loved ones, the people that I care about the most. That's it. Other than that, people can have a lot of things. I'm out of the way on a lot of things. I'm not trying to be the most flashiest, to have the most of this and that, because I'm wealthy. I'm wealthy. You know, with my peace and my happiness. I could test to anybody on that. You know, but
just 3 years. You're just fighting for just another 3 years. That's it.
To the end of 40. Since, you know, that way nobody has to be guessing or anything or wondering or wanna be correct. I mean, wanna be first then being correct. Y'all hear me now? By the end of 40, that's it for me. I'm done. You know what I mean? And I can leave the business on top all the way around, financially, spiritually, emotionally, the right way of doing things and stuff like that. And yeah, that's it. Because my financial people, they did not want me to return at all. They say, champ, they had a talk with me, like, why you returning, champ? You don't need it no more. You're good. You good for you're set. Your children are set. Why? They had another discussion with me when I went to the fight. Are you sure you want to do this? They trying to talk me out of it. Now that's a good thing when your financial people trying to talk you out of some shit. Most of the time, people running back because they need the finance.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
But it's the opposite for me, and it's just a blessing. It's a blessing because I've always tried to teach. I always tried to promote. I always try to be some example to a lot of fighters, whether they believed me or not, whether they felt, you know, whatever they may have felt about Wilder. You know what I'm saying? You know, you take whatever you want to take, but I've done the right things. I've stayed disciplined, and I've put myself in a position where it's only win-win-win for me. Only win-win-win. Whether I get in the ring or get out of the ring, my life does not change. It only gets better. And I've worked my ass off to get to this point in my life. So while I'm back, I'm gonna enjoy this wholeheartedly. All smiles, all love. You know, meaning business now. Meaning business. You know what I mean? Because I believe in whooping that ass. So I'm a mean business, but at the same time, I'm coming with love, happiness, and peace upon everybody and everything. You know, and I'm back. I'm back wholeheartedly.
That's great. That's great. And for the next 3 years is even better for fight fans. So it seems like there's like this heavyweight tournament kind of going on. Andy Ruiz just took out Luis Ortiz. Afterwards, called you out and said, "Hey, we got the same manager and Al Heyman. It should be an easy fight." Your reaction?
Yeah, I accept all challenges. You know what I mean? And once me and Andy get into I gotta handle business October the 15th first, because I know Robert will probably be hitting this shit. I'm like, oh, you know, you try to look over me. No. Him and Yuhan is his trainer. You're like, you try to look over, you try to look up. Nah, Yuhan, I'm not looking over you guys. I'll just speak, you know, you gotta speak things in existence, you know what I'm saying? So October the 15th, I gotta handle business at Brooklyn at the Barclays Center. And once upon handling business, you know, I'm always confident in myself. Once upon handling that business, I'm looking forward to having a fight with Ruiz for sure. And upon that, I'll reveal some things to him that he didn't know. I blessed him already before. He don't even know this, but I'll reveal it to him.
Okay. You know, another guy who had been linked to you, even aside from Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua. I mean, it's been a while. And obviously there's been talk of, you know, Anthony Joshua possibly fighting Deontay Wilder in December, because he needs wants to fight again, apparently, before the year is out. Your thoughts about Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder?
I mean, right now we're handling what we got to do over here. I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, I'm back. So it's no fights that's going to be, you know, not negotiable to have, or there's going to be non-existent, no matter how I feel or how they feel, you know what I mean? Because I can always go back on the run of, you know, in the past, but I'm not, you know, because like I said, the saying is, I may not know your name, but I'll never forget. I may not remember your name, but I'll never forget how you made me feel. You know, understand? And when we tried to make that fight happen, they ran from us. I don't make no lies up. You know what I mean? People can believe what they want or whatever, but I sit here today, I still stand 10 toes on everything. And they know it too, though. You know what I mean? I even lowered myself to 12 million flat. You understand me?
Wow.
Why they giving a champion that didn't even prove itself 33%? Now you tell me a $50 million guarantee, and the main thing his promoter wanted. Oh, he's from Alabama. Yeah, motherfucker, this dude from Alabama don't never have to fight a day in his life again. How about that? How about that? How about that? You know what I mean?
Wow.
So, you know, but like I said, I'm still in this business. So if he's still in the business, I'm still in the business. Of course, some things can happen. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. The future is bright. I'm willing and able for any and everybody up in the heavyweight division. You know what I mean? So that's, you know, I want to make that perfectly clear. You know what I mean? He's still on the. I still want to whip that ass too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's there.
Which fight, in your opinion, is more realistic on the horizon for you Andy Ruiz or Anthony Joshua?
Andy Ruiz, for sure. I mean,
Okay.
for the simple fact, like he said, we got the same, we with the same people.
Got
So
it.
when you with the same people, it's always easier with the same people than when you dealing with somebody else, especially somebody else in a different country and stuff like that, you know. And you don't know what their tactics are at this point in time because we've already dealt with them for 6 months. We knew how they was then. What's gonna be the difference now? Being desperate now. I guess that'll be a different thing now. Being desperate now, we have no choice, maybe. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not gonna rob the fans of not making that fight happen. I definitely want that fight to happen. I just want to know if they for real. That's the thing. I don't understand what we've been. People don't understand. You know, they just look at it. They only hearsay on outside sources. People don't really know the true things of behind closed door, what things have been going on said and what things is done. Like, this shit was crazy. And for me, I'm just thinking like, we gladiators, we're warriors. Let's fight. Let's get it on. I don't let nobody dictate my career or who I should get in there and fight for. I fight who I want. I'm the product, and my people have always understood that. Al Heyman have always understood that. Shelly Finkel have always understood that, and they've never stood in my way. Of if I got a mission, if I'm a plan, they never stood in my way of that. Especially Al Heyman, because he understands it more than what people give him credit for and understanding. And to hear another promoter, oh, he giving his fighter too much money. Are you serious? I hate to be under your belt. I hate to be there. If any fighter on there and a promoter, man, anybody think that they're getting too much money to risk their life, especially when they have family and kids and stuff. If you a promoter saying that, you get your ass in there and risk your life then and see what you feel. Talking about money. You can't put a price on a life. You can't do that. And we all know who said that shit. That shit will still be held to me. But that's still, and I ain't even with that person. But that'll always be held for somebody to even just think of some stuff like that. Giving them too much money while we're entertaining you guys, risking our life for you entertainment. Come on, bro. But anyway, they always understood that. You know what I mean? They and they always understood it basically. And so with that being said, nobody stands in my way of who we try to fight. If it's the time to fight, let's make it happen. Yeah. If they want to fight, let's make it happen. We ain't on a lot of things. We want to make fights happen first and foremost. I know fans, no matter what, no matter how long it's gonna be, fans gonna want to see a good fight. No matter what names or records is involved, you're gonna see a good fight. That's just what it is. And so I'm willing and ready and able for whoever. Realistically, it'll be Ruiz, and after that, on down the line, we'll see who's next or whatever. Or if these guys serious, of course, you hear me from me. Of course, I want a Wilder and Joshua fight. Of course, I want it with him. But do they really want it? That's the question. That's the question we ask, because I could have been undisputed, undefeated, unified heavyweight champion. They stole that from me. While on the other hand, I bless people with opportunities. How many lives have they changed? Not saying because we mandatorily had to do it, or we looked at a fight that benefited us and we wanted to give it to them and bless them. Now, what fight have you made that you didn't supposed to, or you didn't even have to? Something dangerous that you wanted to, you looked at a situation, not only boxing, but outside of their life personally, and you bless that person. I can think of many people I've blessed in this business that I didn't even have to fight. I've took other mandatories away from them and default them and blessed them and changed their lives and their family lives. When I look about boxing, I look at it not only being the best, being the greatest that I possibly can be, because we all have greatness in us, for greatness alone is deserving by service. I say that all the time. But being able to bless them outside, because we all came up from rural areas. We all coming up to try to support our families and provide and put something on the table. And with that being said, we just can't think about records and belts that we already have to pay a half of the fee for to even keep the fucking belt. That's you know how much the months we pay for that shit. That's a mortgage. That's a utility bill. That's insurance. That's college funds for our children. All that combined together, man. I think about all this stuff. I think about all of it. You know, so I'm in the business of blessing, but also being the greatest I can be in the midst of that. If I wasn't, I wouldn't have done the things I've done in my career thus far. And the guys know, they know, all know I bless. All I bless, man, you know, they know. A lot of them are very grateful, and some of them, you know, some of them still have to deal with the demons in their own closet, which that's fine with me.
What do you think happened to Anthony Joshua? Just from a fighter standpoint, looking at, you know, the last two losses, he just doesn't look like the same. You know, there was a while that he had that invincible aura about him. What do you think happened to Anthony Joshua?
Man, y'all gonna make me smoke. Y'all gonna make me strike up a blunt, man. Y'all, the things I've been saying before, many things I've been saying before, they made Anthony Joshua. They made him. And this ain't nothing because many people, oh, he don't like him and all. No, it ain't that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't, I don't like them in a business. As a person, Anthony Joshua as the man, as the person, you know, I don't have nothing that I dislike about him or toward him as a man, as a person, but as a businessman that's in this business, I don't like him at all. I don't like the antics of business and how they conduct business, because this is a gladiator business. You know what I mean? Again, personally, I have nothing against him. Personally, I don't know him personally as a man or what I've heard things. I have certain people that associate with me that associate with him. You know what I'm saying? And all this, and we didn't talk outside of boxing and all that and stuff, although he showed things I've told him to his people and stuff, but I don't like that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just like I'm dating a person, he dating the cousin, and I tell him some stuff, but he go back and tell the cousin of the girl I'm dating, and she go back and tell her cousin. Damn, you done ratted on me. You know what I'm saying? But as far as business is concerned, I don't how they conduct, I don't care nothing for them, but they've made him from the Olympics on up to pro ranking. And they know that. To be in this business, you know, we're born to do it, not made up. For me, and I thought a lot of people agree, they gave him, even with the Olympics, they gave him a medal. With these belts, they bought a lot of the belts. There's nothing wrong with that, because a lot of people buy certain positions and certain things or whatever. So if you got the money to do it, then go do it. But I think the way they moved him and prepared him for certain moments, he was not ready for. And a lot of things that he probably didn't understand or whatever, but being that they was his handlers, he trusted them mostly because they was making him money. You know what I'm saying? And they was, you know, all you got to do is this, you know, we're going to get you there and stuff like that. So that's just my strong opinion. It could be differently, but that's just my opinion. I feel like they gave him everything. Although he had to fight and stuff like that, of course he got to fight, but they made that man. They gave him everything. Even in the fight, you can still, it's a real thing about, I ain't gonna even get into all that, but that's my opinion about it. I believe they created him and made him and gave him a lot of things. And they promoted him. They done false promotions, selling out. One time he sold out faster than Michael Jackson. We can't believe that shit, man. Stuff like that. He sold faster than Michael Jackson. And music is definitely a global icon, worldwide sport, worldwide event now. And you can't compare to no Michael Jackson. I don't care how many, you ain't got enough country men and women in your country to sell out as fast as Michael Jackson. Rest in peace, Mike. I got your back.
How impressed were you with Usyk, who's now knocked him off twice, and now you see Tyson Fury saying, "Hey, look, Usyk, let's get it on and have an undisputed heavyweight champ." What do you think about Alexander Usyk?
Usyk, cool guy. again, as a man, I hear a lot of great things about him as a person, as a human being, and stuff like that. In the boxing industry, he's pretty decent, got good skills and stuff. I don't know about for the heavyweight division though. I like him more as a cruiserweight than as a heavyweight. In my opinion, again, I still can see a lot of getting tired and stuff like fatigueness and stuff like that. What I mean? We're dealing with these bigger guys. If Joshua wasn't so cautious within fighting, because I think he was more worried about him running out of gas because he got a huge stamina problem. I'll forever say that. They just built this man up, and you gotta, with all that muscles and stuff, you gotta have just as much oxygen to obtain that and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So all the way around, they built this man all the way up like that, and he ideal. But I feel he definitely, if he wasn't so cautious and released it more punches, he probably would have got his title back, in my opinion. But Usyk did just enough. He threw the right punches. He took the right angles. And I knew they knew that he had a stamina that Joshua had a stamina problem too. And it was only a matter of time. I think he's a pretty good fighter, man. What was the question?
Yeah, and do you think he and Tyson Fury will get it on?
I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. Last time I heard Fury pricing himself out of $500 million. I don't know what that all about. If it does fight, I think Fury got the advantage in that. He gonna always use his weight. I can see him using the weight, just like Steve Cunningham, what he did with Steve. Although Steve was whooping that ass, he cheated old Steve, and the referee helped him as well. But with that clubbing his face like that, that is crazy. But anyway, I can see him like really just trying to wear him down, putting his weight on him, because Usyk got a stamina problem too, being up that high, up in weight and stuff like that. Again, in my opinion. And I can see him just leaning on him for a few rounds to try to wear him down and then trying to get him out of there, in my opinion.
Errol Spence and Bud Crawford have agreed. They said that, they want to fight in November. Obviously, once they get in the ring, it would be for the undisputed welterweight championship of the world. In your opinion, what do you think is going to happen in that fight?
I love both fighters. Great fighters from both of them and stuff. But I got to go with my brother, man, my teammate, man. I love my guy Errol Spence. He rocked with me all the way through, and I rocked with him all the way through. We both 10 toes down for each other. It's nothing personal against anyone else. It's just the love that we have for each other, and that's just how it should be anyway, no matter what. When you got a love for somebody, no matter who they face. I believe in mine, y'all believe in y'all. And then in the end, we can come together and then we can commune with each other. It ain't no hate thing. It ain't no envying thing. It ain't no, disliking thing or none of that nature, because especially as Black men, if we go to the other side or whatever, now that side got beef and stuff like that, and it shouldn't be like that. It's just a competitive thing. It's opinions about what person thinks and go from there and there. At the end of the day, it's all love, but I must show love where love is being shown to me, and I always forever do that. When you show me love, I show you love eternally, and that's how it should be. But I'm gonna go with Errol Spence all day long on that one. It's gonna be that fight right there. It's gonna be a hell of a fight, and I just hope. This is my hope, because I can see it, I can feel it. Gonna be a hell of a fight. But I just hope and pray that when the fight does manifest and come to pass, that it be just that dramatic of an exciting fight. Because sometimes you can get fight that have the anticipation, that has that energy and feel of being great, and then when it happens, our hopes were so high that it didn't give us what we need because of the process. I only say that because of the process that it took, the weight, the length of time that it have taken for this thing to happen. Now I know Earl wanted it. Personally, I know Earl wants it. I don't know about the other side of what's been going on the other side or whatever, You know what I mean? And then again, Earl, we with the same people. So, like, again, I already told Al Heyman what we want, what we get. You know what I'm saying? So I know personally it's not that side. So I don't know what else going on, whatever, but I you know, they saying it is happening, so let it be. I just don't want that it's been such a long process that sometimes the fighters can, you know, I'm like, man, this shit been so long and now it's finally here. It's just that thrilling, that motivation ain't the same as when it first was, and then now it's happening. All right, you got to build it up. Got to find. So many things have happened in between both of those guys' lives. You know what I'm saying? And now that we're here, you know, we've seen many times Earl got injured and stuff like that. And there's a lot of things has happened. You don't even know. See, people only look at us in our career, our life in our career. But they got to understand we got to go home. We got another life that we had to deal with. That's our personal lives. You know what I'm saying? And that can be hectic. Kids, relationships, business, life. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know. That's why it's good to when it's in the moment, when you can make a fight happen with both fighters are in their compelling moments and ready to go. Get the fight on. Yeah. Because a lot of these promoters will wait to money, time, because greed. Because in this business, you got the green-eyed monster. And a lot of them ain't gonna like to hear me talk like, oh, that motherfucker back again, talking this. But I'm real as they come. In this business, it's called the green-eyed monster. And with that green-eyed monster, your brother, your close trainer, your close friend, will get over on you with this in their business because of that green-eyed monster. You know what I'm saying? For that love of that moolah. For the love of money. It'll get them every time. It'll get them. So you got to understand this is why it's called the business and not a sport. Sports, they have things provided for you. The time you sign to that team, things come to you. You don't go to it. In this business, we have to do everything, just like we've been in the ring. It's a team effort, but an individual business. Ain't no I and team when you get in that ring. It's only me, myself, and I. What can I do? And your mind don't rule. Your mind don't control everything. Your mind don't control your body and everything. You know what does, Brian? Your heart. Your heart. Your heart. Your heart had what, 48 different vessel things coming? Your heart controls everything because guess what? How many times even you and your mind say, quit. You can't do this. You worrying about what people think about you and what they say about you. You know, you depressed. You can't. Your mind will tell you to quit all the time. But your heart say, I'll die for this.
Wow.
So that's why you always say, follow your heart.
Yeah.
Follow your heart.
That's good gems you drop in there. I like that.
Follow your heart.
Hey, what's up, guys? Let's have a serious conversation. You know, when it comes to sex, it is all about confidence. And that's why you need chewables from BlueChew.com. You know, Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in a chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. Blue Chew's tablets help men combat all forms of ED and provide harder, longer lasting erections. Because Blue Chew is an online prescription service, there are no visits to the doctor's office, which can be awkward, no waiting in line at the pharmacy, and it ships right to your door in a discreet package. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part, it's all done online. Blue Chew's licensed medical providers work with you to find the right ingredient and the strength for your prescription. Don't like swallowing pills? No problem. Blue Chew's tablets, they're chewable. And Blue Chew's tablets are made right here in the USA, and they are prepared and shipped direct, so it's cheaper than a pharmacy. And here's a special deal for our listeners and for everyone watching. Try Blue Chew free when you see our promo code LASTSTAND at checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code Last Stand to receive your first month for free.
Champ, you know, people who come on the show, we allow people to send questions through social media. We got so many of them for you, but we'll only just do a few. Renee from Twitter asks, Deontay, did you feel any effects health-wise after your last fight with Fury?
Not at all. I didn't feel anything, and through the grace of God, everything was okay. And I even furthermore went and got checked out on certain things. That's why I'm now advising all fighters, all fighters, no matter what, whether it's an easy fight, whether it's a hard fight, or no matter what, after every fight, go get checked out, man. It's easy. Go get checked out, go get blood work, go get CAT scans, MRIs, you know what I'm saying, brain scans. And it's just for assurance of yourself. Nothing don't have to be wrong. You don't have to even feel, because as us, we can feel great, you know, externally. We can feel great. Nothing could be wrong with us. You know, we don't want to do certain things. We good. But internally, it could be something different. Something else can be internally going on with your body inside, something that can occur even before this fight or the next fight that you didn't even know about. And then that could have hindered you for this fight that you had, because you had a previous situation that was going on that you didn't even know about. You know what I'm saying? So I advise all of them, because, you know, I have discovered some things on me that that's been occurring on me for a very long time and have built for a very long time. And, you know, we're taking the appropriate measures to handle that and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I advise all fighters to go do it just for our health. Because they say health is wealth, right? And if we want to gain the most of our wealth inside of that ring, we got to stay healthy. We got to do it. And unfortunately, we're not provided full insurance for our rest of our lives and for our families and even girlfriends, like sports does. You know what I mean? Because I know a lot of NBA basketball players that insurance is covered for the rest of their life, even with their girlfriends. You know, forget wives. But, you know, that's all, you know what I mean? That's, you know, God be good to them, man, and continue to be good to them. And that's what it's all about. That's sports. For us, we have to go get it for ourselves. Everything we have to do, we need, we have to go do it for ourselves. There ain't nothing just given to us. And if it is, we have to be skeptical about that, because motherfuckers out here trying to take from us every step of the way, because they feel like we're dumb. They feel like we're not intelligent because we come from a rural place and we try to fight our way up. You know what I mean? And that ain't the case. I'm a living proof witness, and there's been a lot of other living proof and witnesses way before my time as well. So I'm doing great. Everything is great. My tests, majority of my tests have came back great. I got a few things that I have to handle that have occurred over my years, and we getting that handled as well too. Again, all fighters, go get checked, bro. Go get it. It'll save your life.
Absolutely. Great piece of advice there. G asks from Twitter, do you have aspirations to being the undisputed heavyweight champ or just a two-time heavyweight world champion?
I'm definitely going for everything. I'm definitely going for it all. I wouldn't even come back if I wasn't going to be in it all the way. I'm not going to go halfway. I'm going full throttle. You understand? So look forward to me collecting all. You know, I'm here back to get the heavyweight division back popping, back to its most exciting point like it was. You know, and with that being said, I'm all in, baby.
Love it.
So stay tuned.
This one from Twitter as well says, how does the Joshua fight ever get made, and what will it take for it to happen?
Man, I think we both just gonna have to go to California, and we all just gonna have to go to a little spot, and we're all just gonna have to just light one up and just discuss it, man.
I love it. That's funny. I like it. I like it.
I understand. I understand. That's a good ass idea.
Hey, look, I'd love to see that too. I'd love to see it.
You can see Shelly.
You're right. Exactly.
Hey, I
All
passed
for-
it to Hearns.
yeah,
Hearns passed
exactly.
it to Joshua. He jabs it back to me. Okay.
And you looking at Joshua like Chris Tucker, puff, puff, pass, man. Puff, puff, pass. Let's see this next.
That is so funny. I can see it like sometimes things be so funny because I can see it in my head like a vision. Sometimes I have visions and stuff. I can see things playing in my head. That's why when people explain things or describe things to me and I can understand them to the utmost high because I have played it like a movie in my head and press play and I can actually see it going and it makes it that much more hilarious. But on a real tip, that was a real tip. So go next question. But no, I can see things happening, man. It's just gonna take a little time.
Yeah.
And as time unfold, which a lot of time has already passed by, trust me. But I just think at the right moment in time, I got a fight coming up, so they don't need to discussion it right now. And I got another fight ahead of that, once surpassing that. So we already know that. And maybe after that third one or something like that, or whatever, you know what I mean? But I'm up for the challenge. I'm willing, ready, and able, you know what I mean, to do what we got to do to make this fight happen. You know what I mean? This one, it got to happen. So
yeah,
we gonna see what happens. We're gonna get the fans what they want. You know, it's just gonna take a little bit more time, guys.
Leo asks from Twitter, how has the loss against Fury affected your love or drive for the sport? And do you still feel like you can be the baddest man on the planet?
I'm definitely still the baddest man on the planet. And the love I had lost, I did lose a little love for it because of the business of it. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of things that I've been expressing and been expressing along my journey of certain things going on, whether people believe or not. But I stand strongly about what I've always said and still to this day or what I say, you know. And it's crazy and it's sad that business was conducted and has to be conducted in certain manners, you know what I'm saying, to rob a person from his greatness. But in reality, it only made that greatness even better, you know, even higher, to the point the world is acknowledged, you know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful for all the things that I've had to go through and endure to get to this point right here, because in my life right here, if I thought I was at happiness and at peace, I'm even more so now than ever. Because the thing about it, Brian, when you know the truth and you live the truth, they say it sets you free, and it's true. Now, if I lived a lie and I didn't know, and I'm just living a lie, and I'm just convincing myself in my head, certain things, certain activities happen, I'm just convincing myself. I don't have an answer to my own doing and my own self or whatever, then it'll be another situation. It'll be another problem. But I know the truth. I know the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And I'm satisfied with it. It have settled in my belly. God have blessed me tremendously. And with that, I won't complain at all. Like I said, I'm doing well. I'm doing great. You know what I mean? I'm doing great than a lot of guys that's undefeated and with all the belts that don't have no losses. You know what I mean? I'm doing fantastic. And I'm happy and I'm at peace. That's all I want everyone to know, that Deontay Wilder is happy and at peace. I mean, I think they seen that at the Ortiz fight. You know, it ain't no act with me. You know what I'm saying? You get what you get. And that's why I think people love me.
Oh, absolutely. Jack asks, will you ever fight in Atlanta?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. I definitely will. I was the one that sparked up the conversation of us fighters fighting, you know, bringing it back to Atlanta and stuff like that. And, you know, then a lot of other guys start fighting there. I seen Tate had a successful fight there and stuff like that. So it's been good. So I'm definitely going to get my round in coming into Atlanta. You know, Atlanta, I have a home there as well that I frequent at, you know, and so I definitely have to get there. That's for sure. And when I get there, it's gonna be, as far as the fighting is concerned, when I get there, it's gonna be amazing. So I'm still in the works of that. And when it's time, it's gonna be time for Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber, to arrive.
Love it. Last question from Counterpunch, and you already kind of answered this one. He says, Deontay, do you regret the allegations you made against Tyson Fury following now the second fight that he's victorious, or do you stand by them?
Like I said, I stand by everything. What you don't understand doesn't mean I have no understanding, because you're not in the field, you're not in a position, nor in the place, nor sitting at the company of men that I sit at the table with. So you would understand. You only an outsider looking in on things, just like any other viewers that's viewing. They don't, the fans don't really understand the business, what goes on in the background. They only see what they see. And that's, and I can't hold you accountable for nothing but that, but at the end of the day, no matter what, just know I'm at peace. I'm at peace and I'm happy. And that's one thing that can nobody steal from me. You understand? So I hope that answered your question.
Love it. All right, Deontay, we come to the last segment of the show. We call it The Last Stand. I'm just going to ask you a series of questions. You give me the first thing that comes to your mind. You ready?
Yes, sir.
In your opinion,
Mm-hmm.
Usyk, Tyson Fury, who's the best heavyweight walking the planet right now?
Usyk, I'll go with Fury.
Okay. Will you become the heavyweight champion of the world in 2023?
If presented the opportunity, that I shall be.
First thing that comes to your mind when I say Eddie Hearn?
Boo! You know what I'm
saying? If you lose to Helenius, will Deontay Wilder say, I'm done with boxing?
I don't know, because that's been a question I've asked myself. If all things fails, are you done? And my financial team would tell me, yeah, you done, bro. And I don't know. It's a big question mark. But give me 6 months after the fight.
Okay. All right. All right. I'll ask you that later. Do you ever see Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fighting again?
Most definitely. I mean, as long as he's in the business, I'm in the business. It's inevitable unless he or I doesn't want it, or if he can't be allowed to go a certain place. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of things going on with him right now, and I don't want to discuss it. It ain't none of my business. But if he's in the business and still able to participate in it, of course.
Last question. We know what your track record's been at Barclays Center. Will you knock out Robert Helenius at Barclays Center on October 15th?
Come on, baby. The Barclays Center, October the 15th. Don't be late. Don't miss it. It's on Fox pay-per-view. You don't want to miss it. Within the thousands, it's going to be in the audience, and the millions going to be watching. It's going to be amazing. And you know your man, the brother's from the back, and you know what we claiming to this day, baby. And I got to give you that knockout. If I don't, then it ain't no welcome back party, because at the Barclays Center, it was my most electrifying, my most exciting, my most memorable knockout, my most devastating knockouts has happened there, and I must continue that legacy of that at the Barclays Center. So y'all look forward to seeing a knockout, one of those ones that'll make you close your eyes. I keep you on the edge of your seat, so don't be surprised, and definitely don't blink. Cause bam, baby, good night. It's gonna be a damn good fight. Come October the 15th. You don't want to miss it.
It's so good to see you. The sport is so much better when Deontay Wilder is back. And look, man, I wish you nothing but the best of luck. And I can't wait to see you in person.
Yeah, baby. You're going to have to give me a hug, man.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Hey, look, yes, I love you, man. See, I'm not afraid to say that. I love you, my brother. I love you too, Deontay
baby.
Wilder.
Yes, indeed. And that's the message that we must spread amongst all of us, bro. Amongst all men. We can't be afraid to say I love you. And when you see me, that same feeling would be the same as your words that you express on this screen right here. And you'll know it instantly when connecting. You say, man, I love you, and give you that hug. Sometimes, man, a hug and they say, I love you, man, make your whole month, man.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know somebody loves you. You can feel it. Not only you hear it, but you feel it.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
That's an amazing feeling. You know what I
with
mean?
you.
So
I'm
let's
with you,
spread the
Doctor.
love. Yes, indeed, baby.
I'm happy for you.
Brian.
And thank you for doing it.
Anytime, bro. Anytime you need me, just let me know, bro.
That's what we do here on The Last Stand. We bring you the biggest names in the sport. And listen, it doesn't get any bigger than the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you again next week.
Ink Master is back with an all-new host.
Welcome to the Ink Master shop. I've been sitting at home judging this competition for 13 seasons. I think I'm a little bit more nervous now.
Legendary fan favorite artists return for another chance at the title.
You guys ready to meet the new judges? Ryan Ashley, Ami James, and Nico Hurtado.
Oh my God.
This competition is a mental, physical, and emotional battle, but the higher the risk, the higher the reward.
Stop with the purple. There's too much purple.
You want to knock me out? Come fight me. Come fight me, bro.
Ooh.
You knocked this tattoo out of the park. It feels like a new style.
This is the strongest group of artists this competition has ever seen.
But that is not all.
As the master of chaos, Dave will be stopping by throughout the competition to keep you on your toes. It's time to earn the return. Ink Master, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
That woman was killed. Somebody set me up. I lost 15 years of my life.
Let's start from the beginning. You make women feel like they're the eighth wonder of the world.
I'm not the same guy that I used to be. But I need to go back to work. Why not?
People who set you up, they're not going away.
I find out who did this.